Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So I start straight up with this image because it's a thing of beauty and it's actually a full auto team. I only have to start with a little bit of a simple preset because my Uko doesn't work as intended right now, but this team was full auto after that on Brutal and did 57.59 million, so almost 50, almost 58 million, which is more than the one key. The one key is 29.4 for the sake of Brutal. The beauty about this team is the fact that we have 1, 2, 3 champions that are fusion champions, Lydia, which obviously you get after certain amount of time playing and beating the faction wars, and then 2 epics. What I really liked about this team is the fact that I could actually use Inquisitor Shamael again and look at the damage that he actually did. So this was something that was really nice, and honestly looking at it, I'm quite sure I could do it without Geomancer as well. So I think I'm going to keep, for the sake of this week, I'm going to be keeping this team for the sake of Brutal, and I'm just gonna test out next week, like after the rotation starts, or actually, I might be testing something else, so I should free regroup or not. Let me just keep it. I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna test it out next week on Nightmare because I will have to pump up some stats, and the thing is I do not have the silver right now to do that. So this team was really beautiful. I guess what I'm gonna do, let me just show you the preset that I use on these champions. I'm gonna play you the run so you can see it yourself, and then I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna show you the builds, I'm gonna explain how this one worked, and I'm also gonna explain to you who's replaceable, who's not, like what you can do to sort of work around this team. So for the sake of this one's, obviously I make Mighty Uko open up with the A2 because I'm not sure what he prioritizes, if it's the A2 or the A3, but I want to make sure I try to land that block buffs on as many as possible. Then we have Mother Sybil, which she brings the A with decreased speed, she brings the increased defense and the revive on death, and I basically just locked out her A3 because I don't like her to use this one, and as it can throw us all over the place. Geomancer locked his A2 and made him prioritize his A3 because I noticed on auto, I think if there's Weaken out there, he doesn't like to use the A3 and he almost never used it. So I had to force him to use this on full auto. If you're gonna do semi-auto or cast the spells yourself, you're obviously gonna do different. You might want to steal buffs with A2 and do some other stuff. Lydia is in there basically for the sake of her decreased defense, weaken, strengthen, and increased speed that she brings. And she's also the one that provides me with the block buffs on the Head of Wrath because Mighty Uko is... he's bugged. Basically, he doesn't land the block buffs on the Head of Wrath. So in order for me to start the run properly, I just do the A3 with Lydia, as you're gonna see on the recording, on the Head of Wrath. Then I click click auto, I click the Head of Decay, and that's it. I only click the Head of Decay at the beginning. So you know what? It's still auto, like I said. I don't click when one of the heads eats one of my champions. I don't click again when Decay pops up. I just leave it to go full auto, and you saw the damage that it did. You know what? It might not always do that damage. It might do lower, or it might do even higher because of, depending on RNG on however it works. But this one should, almost always be a simple one key full auto for you. By Vault, again, I make him always prioritize the A2 because this one brings us the Leech and basically the Provoke for the Head of Decay, plus the 2 AoEs. War Master procs, he can bring lots of damage because of the War Master procs from this one. The A3 again can bring us lots of healing and the shields, and the A1's again a back off Provoke. The reason why Bible is so amazing is he can land the Provoke even on weak hits, and the same for this one. He can land the Leech and Provoke even if the Poison Cloud is up there, he can still do his debuffs. Inquisitor Shamael, we all know why he's so good, is because we have the Head of Torment in there, and basically what he does is he always removes the true fear or the fear, like that's never gonna be on your champions, and he keeps boosting the turn meter of the one that's in the lead. In my case, it's Mighty Uko, and by doing that, you always want, if you have them alongside Inquisitor Shamael, you always want Lydia, because Lydia always counterattacks herself. It's like this, attacks enemy champions with this skill whenever they place a free stun, blah blah. So because the Torment will place a true fear on whoever attacks, Lydia attacks the the Head of Torment, and guess what? That's even more turn meter boost for the sake of the lead. So I'm gonna let the run go, like I'm gonna make it 2-3 times speed so you can see how it actually works, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you the build. So see you in a bit, guys. Okay, so you saw how that one worked. That was pretty awesome and pretty fun. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to next week. Hopefully I'm gonna have enough silver because I will need to do some regearing to up their accuracy and the resists and maybe even the speeds so that I can try it on Nightmare. I swear, like if this is gonna be a wonky Nightmare full auto, that's gonna be amazing because, you know, most of the teams that are on full auto have Duchess, have Kresk, have Nekmothar. So if I can do with this team a full auto Nightmare, there might be other teams out there that have done it. I haven't seen it. Like I know there's teams with Duchess and Tuhanorak in there, but I don't think I've seen a team similar to this. So I'm really going to be looking forward to next week. So the way that I have them built is like this. I have a Mother Sybil in a Guardian set. Guardian set basically is sort of like a damage mitigation. She takes 10% of the damage and she also heals by 10% every turn. So this is a really good set to have for the sake of damage mitigation on any one of your champions. At the same time, I have 4 legendaries here. You want at least on one of them to have Brimstone. As you saw, I had it on Mother Sybil. So, you know, she brought that little bit of damage in there. One thing that I didn't look at is, let me try and see which one was the team. I wanted to have a look again at the damages that we have done at the end and discuss a little bit the damage and see how they actually performed, even though we saw it at the beginning. But I want to show this again. So yeah, let's have a look. So basically, if you look at this damage, Mighty Uko did 6.5 million. He's not in a damage build. He's just straight up War Master. Mother Sybil 7.4. Again, Brimstone plus War Master. Geomancer with 14 million, which is, like, you know, pretty respectable. I'm used to seeing Geo do like 20, 30, 40 million. So it's not like, yes, Geo's the MVP. Sorry, like I said, I'm quite sure Geo's irreplaceable. Lydia 6.8 million, again War Master procs. Bivolt 6.1 million, even though he's with high resist, high accuracy, he still did some respectable damage. And the one that surprised me, honestly, is I didn't expect this much. Inquisitor Shamael with 15.4 million. So 15.4 million. That's like he did the highest damage in here, and it's not like I have him in Savage or stuff like that. So the damages overall were really good. So these are the stats that I had on Mother Sybil. Like this I could even tweak because we have Mighty Uko that does decrease accuracy, and we have Geomancer that does decrease accuracy on the A1. So as long as we land the decreased accuracy specifically on the Head of Mischief, always, because because Mighty Uko goes so many times because he's in the lead spot, I should always have the decreased accuracy in there, so I could drop everybody's accuracies to like resistances to like 250, 300, and I should resist everything. So I'm a little bit overkill on the accuracy here and on the resist. Like I could even build Mother Sybil in a Guardian, but in a damage Guardian set if I can. These are the masteries that I use for her. I'm just gonna, you know, the masteries, I'm just gonna leave it so you can have a look at them, and then I'm gonna explain if it requires explanations. Then, for the sake of Lydia, again, let's start with the masteries. Lydia, I like to have Lasting Gifts, Master Hexer, Rapid Response, and Arcane Celerity because she does so many buffs and debuffs, so she's gonna go so many more times because of these ones. And obviously at the same time War Master, because you know what, AoE hits, War Master is a really good thing. She's actually in a reflex for me, and these are her stats: 261 speed. With this speed and with this set I can use my Lydia even in the hard Doomtar as well, so that makes me happy. So the accuracy is like around 340, resist is like 336, so if decreased accuracy is there, she's gonna be resisting everything herself. And after that, like I didn't go for damage, I went survivability. Then we have Mighty Uko, which was a fusion, you know, he was one of the recent fusions that I kind of suggested to everybody to go for him because he's gonna be so amazing for the sake of Hydra, even good for some niche situations in Arena, you know, because of the buff still on the passive, because of the block buffs on the A2. So I had him in a taunting set with, again, like close to 350 accuracy, the 250 resist that I said, 222 speed, like, you know, this could be hard, and then obviously survivability because I want Mighty Uko to not die. He's my only reviver, so I need to keep him alive. So no damage, just survivability. Most of his damage is going to come from War Master, which I obviously have, and it's kind of the same principle as Lydia. It's just I didn't take lasting gifts as he only brings increased speed, so I don't care that much. I'd rather get that extra 5% chance to land a decreased attack, even though it's a 75% chance. Let's make it 80% chance to land on the A1. Obviously Master Hexer to extend as well. And it's like, you know, it's mostly Mighty Uko so good because, like I said, AoE decreased attack, AoE block buffs and decreased accuracy. If there's no buffs on the target after the attack, this doesn't really work. If the poison cloud's there, it's not gonna work. So you kind of want to have the block buffs always land before, and currently it's bugged for the Head of Wrath, so he's never gonna place the block buffs on the Head of Wrath on the first turn. That's why I opened with Lydia's A3 on the Head of Wrath and then just let it be from there. At the same time, this is a fun passive where he has a chance to steal the buffs when, you know, the Head of Suffering does the reflect damage, you can steal it. When the Head of Wrath does the increased attack, you could steal it. So it's like, you know, he's really fun champion. And at the same time, he brings a good aura. So having him in the lead is not a waste because he brings the increased speed aura and he also brings, you know, the AoE hits, which is really good, especially because I only have Bible as a provoker. So in case Bible doesn't go and attack the Head of DK on auto, as you saw so many times happen, having Uko be in a taunting set helps me a lot because he's my backup provoker. Taunting set basically gives you a 30% chance to place a provoke. So because he goes so many times, he's always gonna have it in there. I also have, you know, I have one refresh, which maybe didn't program much, and one revenge, which can be really good. Like, this is a pretty decent banner, but if you have some revenge accessories that have good stats for the sake of what you want, definitely put them on, as having Mighty Uko counterattack is not a bad idea because, like I said, AoE 1 lands a decreased attack and a chance to land the provoke again from the taunting set. Bible is in a Relentless for me, plus a Blood Shield ring, because that's how I had him built like last week for the sake of having him be my mischief target. But because he is in the same team with Lydia that brings Strengthen, he also does Strengthen. That's the only thing that makes him have the extra buff. He's not necessarily always gonna be the mischief target just on the first hit, because on the first hit I have my Lydia open with the A3. So on the first hit, Bible's gonna be tanking, so I kind of want to have, you know, try to have that 450, even though if I have the decreased accuracy, 300 could be enough for him to resist. And I try to give him basically the 300 accuracy. I mostly care about him landing the provoke on the Head of DK, and, you know, if he can land the leeches on the other ones, that's fine. But mostly it's all about the provoke that I care for him. Like I said, high resist, 230 speed because I want him to be fast enough, and then I try to give him damage. 154 crit damage, the best that I could do, but still, he did a respectable amount of damage. These are his masteries. Again, I had the lasting gifts from before on him for the sake of trying to extend that strengthen, but this doesn't really matter now because I have him in the same team as Lydia. But still, it's like, I love that I didn't have to perfectly change everybody's build and perfectly speed on everyone, and it still worked pretty fine. Then I had my Inquisitor Shamael actually in a Relentless set as well, because he's kind of like the same role as a Royal Guard or as a Husk in here. He's the DPS champion. So the best builds that you want to get on your DPS champions for the sake of Hydra are Reflex or Relentless. So that's why I chose, you know what, let me go Relentless. He has, like, you know, not too crazy speed, 214. I did give him again over 250 resist, and then I built him with damage. Damage build, didn't really care to try and boost his HP. I just put an attack chest on him because honestly, there's so much healing going on from Bible that I don't need anybody else to heal. Like, Bible heals on his A3, he heals on his A1, and he puts Leech on the A2. So again, he's really insane. And makes me worry less about, like, oh, how am I going to heal or survive. We have the increased defense from Mother Sibyl, we have the strengthen, the decreased attack. So for the sake of brutal, at least it was pretty consistent. I didn't have any issues. Guess I'm gonna see how it's going to work on when I get to the nightmare. These are the masteries that I use for him. Again, same principle, going to the life drinker, and I wanted to go Giant Slayer because he does 3 hits on his A2, he counterattacks every time a debuff is placed, and I have no block debuffs in my team, so having him keep counterattacking, guess what, he's gonna do the damage that you saw, like 15 million. And I took him down the defense tree. Maybe I should have tried to get deterrence as well. But I just took Cycle Violence, it worked, it's fine. I'm not gonna reset it for now, even though I could. I'm gonna keep it, in case I'm gonna try to min-max for Nightmare, then I'm gonna reset it. But I'm really happy I could use Inquisitor Shamael again, because like I said, I had teams that working without Inquisitor Shamael, and I have 2 max, so that was kind of sad. So I'm happy to see that I could bring him in this team. And then I have my second Geomancer, so he doesn't have my best build. These are the masteries that I have on him. You care again about Arcane Celerity, Master Hexer, and Sniper because of his decreased accuracy A1 is not 100%. And the Master Hexer for his HP burn that he puts on his A3, you're trying to extend in there. And again, War Master because he has AoE A1, so lots of damage is gonna be in there. Let me show you the stats. So this one has 100% crit rate, 222 speed, 200 resist. Like I would like to try and get him 250. So again, he gets as little debuffs as possible. 350 accuracy. So we make sure that he lands his debuffs always. And then survivability stats. You know, I put him 100% crit rate and survival. This is not the best reflex I have on my account. So this is pretty good. And as we can see, I only have one champion that has blessings. So overall, this team was pretty fun. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked it as well, because, you know, it's nice, and I'm happy that I can find some different options of fighting Hydra, especially with, you know, previous fusions. Previous fusion. Like Mother Sybil could be replaced by somebody else, like, you know, somebody else that maybe brings AoE decreased speed with some other survivability. Bivold, maybe you could replace Bivold and bring a Solus, but then you would need somebody else for the sake of block buffs. So for example, if I had Solus instead of Bivold, I wouldn't have Lydia, I would have Ugo in there. Like, Inquisitor Shamael is not gonna counterattack as much, but you know, it would still do enough so that Ugo could be boosted. But you know what, it's pretty good. Basically, if you've been playing for like over a year and a half, or like 2 years, and you have your Lydia, and you've done all of these fusions, you basically need to just have an Inquisitor Shamael pulled, and a Geomancer pulled, and you're good. Maybe, like I said, maybe Geomancer could even be replaced by a Royal Guard or a Husk. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like and subscribe, because I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to get those subscriptions. I'm trying to hit that 8,000 milestone so I can get access to the test server as the tier 3 content creator. But I'm still far away, so you know, hopefully you guys can help me out with this. But yeah, this is gonna be it. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.